Hello and welcome to the Fixit Shed. So I've got some more work to do on the 2004 Honda Rebel. So I got in the mail the inner tubes, the rim strips, and the new tires for front and back. So let's go ahead and get those tires changed. Alright, I'm going to start in the back because I already had the motorcycle in the stand. So we're going to take off the rear wheel, and to get started we're going to remove the chain guard. Alright, let's get this bolt off. Let's see if we can release the brakes here. Now that came right out. And pull that out. Alright, I'm going to loosen up the adjusters. There we go. Should be able to loosen this up. It's loose, and we're going to tap the axle out. Keep this all together so we don't lose anything. Alright, so we got the axle out. Now we're going to get the chain off. Alright, now I'm just going to hang that on the swing arm, and then we can get the wheel out. So we want to let the air out. So I'm just going to remove the core of the valve stem. And we want to loosen the nut here. Alright, leave it like that for now. And we're going to be able to break the bead. Big C clamps come in handy. Broken. There it goes. Alright. Alright. So that side's broken. That side is not. Poof. And we're going to remove that rim strip. Here's the new tire. So there's two important things that you want to look at when you're installing the new tire. One is the direction of rotation, and you also want to see if there is a balancing dot. I don't see one here. There's an inspected dot, but a balancing dot will show you where the heavy spot is on the tire. So, but we're going to worry about the direction of rotation. And let's see. So this is actually the correct orientation. So, right, the wheel, you got your drive chain, it's going to rotate counterclockwise. Yes. So, and this is showing a direction of rotation of counterclockwise. So that's what we want. All right. So we're going to get one side on first. There we go. Whew. Now, before we put the other side on, we need to put the new tube in. I'm going to blow this up just a little bit, put some air in it, and I'm going to pull the valve stem out. I just want to put a little bit of air in it just to fluff it up, just to blow it up a little bit. And the valve stem hole is here. There it goes. All right. Now, I'm gonna throw a nut on there so that we don't lose that. Now tuck the rest of this tube in. There we go. All right. Now we need to get the outer bead on. make sure as we're going around that we don't pinch the inner tube. And sometimes you might be able to get a friend to help. Makes things a little easier. I have a bad habit of pinching tubes, so this is easier. Get closer, and don't want you to. There it goes. Alright, I'm going to fill this up with air and let it go a couple of times just to help the inner tube get seated in place. And we're right at 29 pounds, so I'm going to let that go. And we'll put the valve cap on, and we'll get this on the bike. Alright, let's get this wheel back on. And get the chain on. There we go. Got the axle back in. Alright, let's get the brake lever reattached. Alright, we'll adjust that later. Now we need to get this back attached. There we go. And now we can tighten up the adjusters. We're going to push this, is, I believe it is forward as far as it'll go, and we're just going to snug that up, and same on the other side. So I'm just going to snug that, and now we're going to use the 12mm wrench, and we're going to tighten these up as evenly as we can. Yeah, and we're watching the slack in this chain here. We want to get down, tells you right here, you want to have about 3/4 of an inch of play in the chain. I think that's getting pretty close. Let me measure it. Center of the chain where the most play is. Not there yet. Yeah, that's just about 3/4. And then I'm also going to measure, because these sides, this is the swing arm pivot, so I'm going to measure from the center of that to the center of my axle, and that is, stop it, 21 inches exactly. And then I'm going to measure the other side also to make sure that we're pretty even. And that's 21 inches also. Okay. So you can also sight down the chain. It looks like it's rolling pretty straight. There is a tool that you can clamp onto the axle, or not to the axle, onto the sprocket, and that'll help you sight down. So, but we're looking pretty straight. I need to put the lock nuts on these. Okay. All right, so you just need your 12mm and a 10mm, and we're gonna tighten it so that it locks in place. Kind of do the same on the other side. All right, that'll keep those from coming loose. And we need to tighten up the axle. All right, and we're going to torque the rear axle nut to 65 foot-pounds. That goes. Yep, we need to set the brake, so we're going to turn this all the way in. And brakes are not grabbing. Let's turn it in. There. Now I can hear the brakes dragging just a little bit. And I turn it back one. And I still hear it dragging just a little bit. Back it up one more. There, now it's not dragging. Okay, so now the brakes are adjusted pretty well. So as soon as you touch the brake pedal, it should activate the brakes. And to finish this up, we're going to put the chain guard on. All right, so let's get the front wheel off. So we're just going to loosen or remove the clamp bolt here, and then we can loosen the axle. There we go. All right, so your speedometer sensor is right here. So you just want to, when you pull the axle out, that's going to drop. Got the spacer out on the other side. Now there's room. I can pull the speedometer sensor out. All right, so since the process of removing the tire from the rim and the inner tube and the rim strip for the rear tire is pretty much the same as doing it for the front tire, I'm just going to zip right through that and get us back to reinstalling the wheel on the front. All right, let's get this back on the bike. There we go. Of course, All right, everything's in place now. And I'm just going to put a little bearing grease on the axle here. I wiped it off, cleaned off the old grease. I'm just going to put some new grease on there. Okay. All right, and again, we need the torque wrench. We need to set it to 46 foot-pounds. 46. There we go. Yep. And put the pinch bolt in here. All right, tire's done. All right, so that takes care of replacing the front and rear tires on this motorcycle. We're getting pretty close to wrapping it up. I think I've got one more video. So if you'd like to see more videos about this motorcycle, I'm going to put a playlist for it right here. So, and if you enjoyed this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.